Imagine finding a coin, one that's been hidden in plain sight for decades, worth more than any other coin you've ever seen. Rarest coins. Today, we're diving into one of the most unbelievable discoveries in the world of numismatics, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar that's worth a staggering $3.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, a coin made over half a century ago could fetch a fortune like this. Rarest coins. The scene changes to show a collection of quarters from different years. The camera focuses on the 1965 quarter. To understand why this particular 1965 Washington quarter is worth a mind-blowing $3.8 million, we need to go back in time. The 1960s were a time of change in America. The economy was booming, but the U.S. Mint was facing a big problem. Rarest coins. Black and white images of the 1960s era, bustling city streets, news clips, and photos of President Lyndon B. Johnson. 1965 marked a pivotal year in U.S. coinage history. The country was dealing with a coin shortage, and the cost of silver was skyrocketing. In an effort to curb rising costs, the U.S. Mint decided to make a major change. They took silver out of the quarters, dimes, and half dollars and replaced it with a mix of copper and nickel. Cut to a close-up of a regular 1965 Washington quarter. A hand is holding it up against a magnifying glass. From the outside, these 1965 quarters didn't look much different from their predecessors. The obverse still featured the iconic portrait of George Washington, and the reverse showed an eagle just like before. However, the composition of the coin was radically different. No longer were they composed of 90% silver, but rather a 75% copper and 25% nickel blend. Rarest coins. Cut to an image of a minting press at work. The sound of coins being struck is heard as the camera focuses on the machinery. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. While the 1965 quarter was produced with this new copper-nickel blend, a few silver quarters accidentally slipped through the cracks of the minting process. These were the result of a minting error, and only a handful of them were made. Cut to a numismatic expert in an office, flipping through a coin catalog. A shot zooms in on the 1965 silver quarter. For years, the 1965 Washington quarter circulated like any other, with little attention paid to its potential rarity. But in the late 1980s, a numismatist made an astonishing discovery as several of these 1965 silver quarters were still in circulation. A few had even been tucked away in collections, unnoticed by most coin collectors. Rarest coins. The scene shifts to an interview with a numismatist sitting in a library, surrounded by rare coins. He speaks to the camera. When I first examined the 1965 Washington quarter, I was shocked. I had seen many coins over the years, but this one was different. The composition wasn't the standard copper-nickel mix. It had the unmistakable sound and weight of silver. I knew right away that this was a rare and highly valuable coin. Rarest coins. Cut to a shot of the numismatist holding the coin, his fingers carefully caressing its edges. Word quickly spread in the numismatic community, and the 1965 silver Washington quarter went from being a rare curiosity to becoming one of the most sought-after coins in the world. But there's more to this coin's value than its metal composition. Cut to a bustling coin auction, with bidders raising paddles and auctioneers speaking rapidly. A spotlight focuses on a single coin. In 2005, one of these 1965 silver quarters was put up for auction. The bidding war that followed stunned everyone in the room. When the hammer came down, the winning bid was a record-breaking $3.8 million. Rarest coins. Cut to the numismatist again, sitting at a desk with books and coins. The reason these 1965 silver quarters are so valuable is because of their extreme rarity. Only a few of them were ever struck by mistake. These coins didn't get mass-produced or distributed like the others. They are a genuine minting error, or one that collectors and investors have been willing to pay millions of dollars for. Close-up of the coin again, rotating slowly in front of the camera. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that has coin collectors and investors on the edge of their seats. What if I told you that a coin from the early 1980s could be worth millions of dollars? Sounds unbelievable, right? But believe it or not, Some 1,981 Washington quarter dollars are worth far more than their face value. We're talking about huge amounts of money, far beyond what you'd ever expect from a simple quarter. So, if you're into coin collecting or just love finding hidden treasures, this video is for you. Cue energetic intro music. Shot transitions to a full screen showing a 1,981 Washington quarter alongside other quarters. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic coins in American numismatics, and it's been around since 1932. Its design features George Washington, the first U.S. president, and it has been the standard quarter dollar since its introduction. But today, we're going to focus on a specific year, the 1981. It might not sound like the most exciting year, but there's more to it than meets the eye. The camera zooms in on a group of 1,981 quarters in various conditions. Now, at first glance, a 1,981 Washington quarter looks pretty ordinary, right? It was minted in Denver, and the coin's general design hasn't changed much since 1932. The 1,981 quarter was produced in mass quantities, which makes most of them relatively easy to find. In fact, the U.S. Mint struck over 560 million of them that year. So, what makes some of these coins so valuable? Well, it all comes down to a small mistake made during the minting process. Rarest coins. The camera focuses on a 1,981 quarter, and a magnifying lens highlights the area where the mint mark should be. Here's where things get interesting, as some 1,981 quarters were struck without the D mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. These coins were supposed to have a D on the reverse side, indicating they were minted in Denver. But some of them left the mint without that crucial mark. So, how does this happen? It's believed that a die used for striking the 1,981 quarters became worn or damaged, which led to the absence of the D mint mark. When this happened, the error went unnoticed, and the coins were released into circulation. And that's where the story of these rare quarters begins. Cut to a coin dealer examining the rare 1,981 quarter with a loupe. Now, you might be wondering, why does this matter? Well, a coin without the mint mark, when it's supposed to have one, is considered a major error in the world of numismatics. Collectors go wild over coins like this, and the rarer the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. These 1,981 quarters are not just a simple oversight, they represent a mistake that makes them unique. And in the world of coin collecting, uniqueness is what drives the value. $2 million rarest coins show footage of a 1,981 quarter being sold at an auction. So, just how much are these rare 1,981 Washington quarters worth? Well, it's not just a few extra dollars like you might expect. In fact, some of these coins have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions. In recent years, we've seen examples of the 1,981 error coin fetched prices upwards of $250,000 and more. But here's the thing. Not all 1,981 quarters without a mint mark are worth that much. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins in mint state condition, that is, coins that look as if they were just minted yesterday, can fetch the highest prices. These coins are rare, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks for them, especially if the coin is in pristine condition. Rarest coins. Zoom in on an individual coin, demonstrating how to check for the mint mark. Okay, now that you know the basics, let's talk about how to identify one of these valuable 1,981 quarters. First, check the reverse of the coin, right below the eagle's tail. Normally, you'll see a D mint mark, indicating it was struck in Denver. If there's no mint mark at all, you might have one of these rarer coins. Next, examine the coin's condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. A coin in Mint Street. Hey there, fellow coin collectors, welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we have something truly special for you, a coin that might just be sitting in your collection or hiding in your pocket change right now, worth far more than you ever imagined. I'm talking about the 1,996 Washington quarter dollar. and some of these coins are worth millions. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick with us because we're going to dive deep into why these coins are so valuable and how you can tell if you have one worth a small fortune. Cue exciting intro music. Rarest coins. Cut to a full screenshot showing a typical 1996p Washington quarter alongside other quarters for comparison. First things first, let's get familiar with the coin. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, and it's still one of the most widely circulated coins today. The 1996p Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, with a total of over 1 billion of these coins struck that year. So, what's so special about this one particular year, you ask? The camera zooms in on the reverse side of the coin. Well, it's not just any ordinary quarter. The year 1996 was an important one for the U.S. Mint because it marked the 50th anniversary of the Washington quarter. To commemorate this milestone, there was a special design used on the reverse side of the coin, an eagle in flight, symbolizing strength and freedom. But that's not where the mystery begins. Rarest coins. Close-up of a 1996p quarter being carefully examined with a magnifying glass. Excited tone. Here's where things get interesting. Some 1996p Washington quarters were mistakenly released without a mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. The majority of the quarters minted that year bore the AP mint mark, indicating they were struck in Philadelphia. However, due to a minting error, some of the 1996p quarters were struck without any mint mark at all, leaving them with a design defect. And this tiny mistake has turned out to be a game changer in the world of coin collecting. Rarest coins. Cut to a coin dealer holding a 1996p quarter without the mint mark. So, why does this missing mint mark matter so much? Well, in the world of numismatics, errors are a big deal. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for mistakes because they're rare and can be worth a lot more than regular coins. Mint marks, like the AP for Philadelphia, are critical for identifying where a coin was made. When one of those mint marks is missing on a coin that should have it, the coin becomes highly sought after by collectors. The camera zooms in on the coin, highlighting the blank spot where the mint mark should be. Think about it. Out of the billions of coins struck that year, only a small handful ended up without a mint mark. That makes the missing mint mark versions extremely rare. And in the world of rare coins, rarity equals value. $1 million rarest coins. Cut to an auction where rare coins are being sold. Rarest coins. Now, let's talk about money. Just how much is a 1996p Washington quarter without a mint mark really worth? Well, you might be surprised. While most 1996p quarters are worth just 25 cents, the error version can fetch much higher prices. In fact, some of these missing mint mark coins have been sold for over $100,000 at major auctions. Cut to footage of a coin dealer examining the 1996p quarter. But, hold on, just like any rare coin, the value of the 1996p missing mint mark quarter can vary greatly depending on a few factors. The condition of the coin plays a huge role. Coins that are in excellent, near mint condition will be worth far more than those that show signs of wear and tear. In fact, some of the top-grade examples have sold for even higher prices. They were talking in the high six figures. Maybe even more. Rarest coins. The camera zooms in on a hand holding the 1996p coin while examining it closely. Now, the million-dollar question. How can you tell if you have a 1996p Washington quarter with a missing mint mark? Here's what you need to do. 1. Check the reverse side. Look closely at the reverse of the coin, right below the eagle's tail. Normally, you'd see a AP mint mark there, signifying the coin was minted in Philadelphia. If you don't, hey coin collectors and enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we've got a truly exciting topic for you. We're talking about the 2020 Washington quarter dollar, and trust me, you'll want to stick around because some of these coins are worth millions of dollars. You might think, it's just another quarter, right? Well, not exactly. There's a twist here that makes certain 2020 quarters worth far more than you could ever imagine. Cue energetic intro music with visuals of different coin designs. $1 million rarest coins. Cut to a vintage shot of various Washington quarters spanning across the years, highlighting the famous 1932 design and other milestone years. Let's start by understanding the history behind the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a part of American currency since 1932, created to honor George Washington, our first president. Over the years, the design has evolved, but it has always remained a significant part of U.S. coinage. Camera focuses on the 1964 quarter, transitioning to the 2020 quarter. The design on the quarter changed over time, but one thing remained constant: the Washington quarter's importance in commemorating U.S. history. Now, let's fast forward to 2020. The Washington quarter was still widely used as a symbol of American resilience, and this year brought with it something unique: a new design that's part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. Zoom in on a wall of 2020 Washington quarter showcasing the detailed design. In 2020, the Washington quarter featured a beautiful design commemorating the National Park of American Samoa. On the reverse side, you'll find an image of a bat in flight beneath a glowing full moon. This design is not only stunning but also holds special meaning as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which celebrates the diversity and beauty of U.S. national parks. Cut to various shots of the American Samoa Park and its wildlife. Narrator: while this particular design is gorgeous, it's not the design itself that's worth millions. It's the rare errors and variations that make certain 2020 quarters highly valuable. $1 million rarest coins. Camera zooms in on a 2020 quarter under a magnifying glass, slowly turning to highlight details. Now, let's get into the part that everyone's been waiting for. What makes certain 2020 quarters worth so much? Most of the 2020 quarters are just regular, run-of-the-mill coins, worth only 25 cents. However, there are specific error coins that are incredibly rare, and those are the ones that can fetch thousands, or even millions of dollars. Cut to a close-up shot of a coin with a subtle but visible error. One of the most valuable variations is the 2020 quarter with a double die error. A double die error occurs when the die used to stamp the coin is misaligned, resulting in double images on the design. In the case of the 2020 quarter, you might notice certain details on the reverse side, such as the bat, moon, or stars appearing doubled, looking as though the design was struck more than once. Camera zooms in on a magnified view of a coin with a double die error. Rarest coins. So, how can you spot one of these double die errors on the 2020 quarter? Here are some key tips. 1. Inspect the reverse side. Look closely at the reverse of the coin, especially around the bat's wings, the moon, and the stars. If these elements look a little blurry, or if you see doubled features, that's a strong indication that you've found one of these rarer coins. 2. Look for thickening of the design. The double die error typically causes certain details to appear thicker or more pronounced than they should. This can give the coin a unique, unusual appearance. 3. Check the date and mint mark. Although the error is usually found on the reverse side, it's also good practice to check the date and mint mark. Most 2020 quarters should have the D mint mark, but if the error is there, it will be noticeable due to its altered features. Cut to the error coin being placed in a professional grading holder. Once you've identified a potential double die error, your next step is to get the coin graded by a professional coin grading. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or just someone looking to make a small fortune from your pocket change, then you're in the right place. Rarest coins. Today, we're talking about the 2000 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that may seem like just another ordinary quarter, but in reality, some of these are worth millions of dollars. You might be asking, how could a quarter from the year 2000 be worth that much? Well, stick around, because we're about to uncover what makes these quarters so valuable, and how you can spot a rare one that could make you rich. Cue intro music with the flash of different rare coins. Cut to various Washington quarters from different years, focusing on the design changes over time. First, let's take a quick dive into the history of the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, created to honor our first president, George Washington. Over the years, the design and minting process have undergone many changes, but it's always remained a symbol of American history. The quarter that we're talking about today, the 2000p, was part of the 50-state quarters program, which was a huge initiative by the U.S. Mint to honor each of the 50 states with unique quarter designs. In 2000, the South Carolina quarter was released as part of this program, and while the coin itself is relatively common, some of them have hidden surprises, valuable surprises that could make them worth a fortune. Rarest coins. Zoom in on the 2000p South Carolina quarter, showcasing its reverse design featuring a palmetto tree and a crescent moon. Let's take a closer look at the 2000p South Carolina quarter. The reverse of the coin features an image of a palmetto tree and a crescent moon, symbols of South Carolina. These two elements are important to the state's heritage and have been a part of South Carolina's flag for centuries. But what makes this coin interesting is the potential for errors during the minting process, and some of these mistakes could make the coin incredibly valuable. Rarest coins. Cut to a close-up of a 2000p South Carolina quarter, with zoom-in effects highlighting areas of the coin where errors might occur. Now, let's get to the juicy part. What makes the 2000p quarter worth millions? While most 2000p South Carolina quarters are just irregular 25-cent coins, there are a few rare error varieties that could make this coin worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. Let me explain how these errors happen, and more importantly, how to spot them. Rarest coins. Cut to a magnified image of a 2000p quarter showing a possible double die error. One of the most sought-after errors on the 2000p South Carolina quarter is the double die error. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing a doubling effect on certain details of the coin. In the case of the 2000p South Carolina quarter, you might notice that the palmetto tree, crescent moon, or lettering around the design appears to be doubled or blurry. This doubling effect is subtle but can be detected under magnification. Camera zooms in on a coin with a double die effect on the reverse. These double die errors are extremely rare, and collectors will pay big money for one. Some examples of the 2000p double die South Carolina quarters have sold at auction for $10,000 or more, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. But here's the kicker: in exceptional cases, such as the finest known examples, these coins can fetch upwards of $1 million. Rarest coins. Cut to a person using a magnifying glass to examine a 2000p South Carolina quarter. So, how can you identify if your 2000p South Carolina quarter has this rare double die error? Here's what you should look for. 1. Examine the reverse. Focus on the reverse of the coin, especially the palmetto tree and crescent moon. If you notice any doubling or blurry features, that could be a sign of the error. 2. Check the lettering. Look around the edge of the coin, especially. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters, welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we've got something very exciting for you. We're diving into the 1999p Washington quarter dollar, and you won't believe just how much some of these coins are worth. That's right, some of them could be worth millions of dollars. I know, it sounds unbelievable, but trust me, you'll want to keep watching to learn how a simple quarter from 1999 could make you a fortune. Cue energetic intro music with fast cuts of different rare coins. Rarest coins. Cut to a variety of Washington quarters, starting from 1932 and moving through different years, highlighting the coin's evolution. Before we dive into the 1999p quarter, let's take a quick look at the Washington quarter's history. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the quarter has undergone several design changes, but the coin we're talking about today is part of the 50-state quarters program, launched in 1999 by the U.S. Mint. Cut to the 1999 state quarters designs, showing the first few coins released in the program. 1999 marked a milestone for U.S. coinage with the release of the first 5 quarters from the state quarters program. each representing a different state. The first state to be honored was Delaware, followed by Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. These quarters became wildly popular, and many of them were being hoarded by collectors, not just for their value, but for the unique designs representing each state. Rarest coins. Cut to a close-up of the 1999p Delaware quarter, highlighting the design, featuring Caesar Rodney on horseback. The coin we're focusing on today is the 1999p Delaware quarter. The reverse features a design showing Caesar Rodney on horseback, rushing to the Continental Congress to cast Delaware's vote for independence during the American Revolution. This design is significant, as Caesar Rodney is one of the unsung heroes of American history. Cut to a shot of the Delaware State Quarter, emphasizing the important historical elements of the design. Now, while most of these quarters are quite common, there's something special about the 1999p Delaware quarter that makes it potentially worth millions of dollars. And it all comes down to a rare minting error that only a few of these quarters have. Rarest coins. Cut to a dramatic zoom in of the 1999p Delaware quarter under magnification, showing the areas where errors can occur. Okay, here's where it gets exciting. While most 1999p Delaware quarters are just worth face value, some of these coins have a major error that can make them worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So, what's the error? It's a double die error, and it's a big one. Cut to a split screen showing a normal coin versus a coin with a double die error, focusing on the difference in the design. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to appear doubled. This can happen on either side of the coin, but the 1999p Delaware quarter is famous for the error being visible around Caesar Rodney's figure and especially around the lettering. If you look closely, you might notice the doubling effect on the AD in Delaware and the date 1999. But here's the catch: not all of them have this error, and those that do are incredibly valuable. $1 million rarest coins. Cut to a person carefully examining a 1999p Delaware quarter using a jeweler's loupe. So, how can you tell if your 1999p Delaware quarter has this valuable double die error? Well, let me show you what to look for. 1. Examine the lettering. The most common place to spot the double die error is around the wording on the coin, especially the A Delaware inscription and the date. Look for areas where the letters seem to have a ghost image next to them. That's the doubling effect. 2. Check Caesar Rodney's image. The doubling can also occur on the horse and rider, though it's more subtle. Look for any signs of blurring or double lines around the design. 3. Use magnification. The error is often small, so make sure you use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to carefully inspect the coin. The doubling will. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters, welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Have you ever wondered if that quarter you have tucked away in your drawer is worth more than just 25 cents? Well, today, we're talking about a coin that could potentially make you millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. The 1989p Washington quarter might look like any regular coin in your pocket, but there are rare variations that can make it incredibly valuable. Stick around because we're about to dive deep into what makes this coin so special and how you can spot one that could change your life forever. Cue intro music with dynamic visuals of rare and valuable coins. Rarest coins. Cut to shots of different Washington quarters from various years, showcasing the evolution of the design. Before we get into the specifics of the 1989p Washington quarter, let's take a quick history lesson. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, and it was initially created to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the years, the design of this iconic coin has gone through a few updates, but one thing remains the same: the coin represents a piece of American history. Cut to images of the 1932 Washington quarter to show the coin's early design. Rarest coins. In 1932, the U.S. Mint introduced the Washington quarter with the image of George Washington on the obverse, front, and an eagle on the reverse, back. While the design has evolved over time, especially with the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999, The 1989 Washington quarter still carries that recognizable George Washington profile. Cut to a close-up shot of the 1989p Washington quarter, focusing on both the obverse and reverse details. Rarest coins. Let's take a closer look at the 1989p Washington quarter. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the AP Mint mark. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar image of George Washington, facing left, with the inscription Liberty above and In God We Trust to the right. The reverse features the eagle in flight, with the words E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar underneath. Cut to a zoom in on the details of George Washington's profile and the eagle on the reverse. Now, while most of these 1989p quarters may look like standard coins, there are some that have rare errors or misprints, and these are the ones collectors go wild for. So, how exactly does a coin like this go from being worth just 25 cents to being worth millions? Let's dive into the error that can make the 1989p quarter one of the most sought-after coins of the late 20th century. Rarest coins. Cut to a dramatic zoom in of a 1989p quarter under magnification. Here it is the key to the 1989p Washington quarter's value. One of the rarest and most valuable variations of the 1989p quarter is the NOS error. This error happens when the mint mark, which is typically located on the reverse of the coin, is missing entirely. Instead of the usual AD or AP mint mark, the coin is completely devoid of any mint mark. Cut to a visual comparison of a normal 1989p quarter and a 1989p NOS error quarter, highlighting the missing mint mark. Normally, the 1989p quarter features the AP mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but some very rare 1989p quarters were mistakenly minted without the AP mark. This is a highly sought-after error because it's so unusual, and this missing mint mark turns a typical quarter into a rare treasure. Cut to a dramatic auction scene, with collectors bidding on rare coins. Rarest coins. So, why is the 1989p NOS error so valuable? The rarity is the key factor. The NOS error is so rare because only a handful of these coins were produced. Experts estimate that there are just a few dozen examples of the 1989p NOS quarter in existence, making it one of the rarest error coins of its kind. These coins are especially valuable because of their uniqueness and the historical context surrounding the error. Cut to a high-end auction house selling a 1989p NOS quarter for a hefty price. Some of these 1989p NOS quarters have sold at auction for more than $100,000, with the highest quality examples fetch